Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be real with you. I have touched on this subject before in vlogs, but I have not gotten around to making a video about what has been going on. Excuse the hair, I just got home from the salon. Anyway, so I wanted to get on here and be real with you and let you know what's been going on, why sometimes I can't film. Well, to be in all honesty, I have a real life. I go to work. I work 2 jobs. I work at the salon and then I work at Hardee's again. So I'm literally working 2 jobs. But the real reason why I'm on here is because I want to talk to you about my disease. I have been diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, which is actually familiarized as MS. Sorry, there's like hair from the cat all over. So basically, what happened was, first of all, I'm gonna go into detail about what multiple sclerosis is. So, hopefully I don't get choked up talking about this. I mean, it's a fatal disease, but I mean, you can live your whole life with it and not have problems, but it is technically a fatal disease. So basically what it is it is a disease in which the immune system, let me see this back. Okay. It is a disease in which the immune system eats away at the protective covering of my nerves. So, it's not curable. Let me see. Another, I guess, term that it uses is multiple sclerosis causes many different symptoms, including vision loss, pain, fatigue, and impaired coordination. The symptoms, severity, and duration can vary from person to person. Some people may be symptom-free most of their lives, while others can have severe chronic symptoms that never go away. And what this says is it's unpredictable, often disabling disease of the central nervous system that disrupts the flow of information within the brain and between the brain and the body. Let's see, what else can I find on here? It affects your brain, spinal cord, and the optic nerves in your eyes. It causes problems with vision, balance, muscle control, and other basic body functions. Excuse me. MS happens when your immune system attacks a fatty material called myelin. Myelin? M-Y-E-L-I-N. Sorry, I'm not good with, technical terms. But, which wraps around your nerve fibers to protect them. Without this outer shell, your nerves become damaged. Scar tissue may form. The damage means your brain can't send signals through your body correctly. Your nerves also don't work as they should to help you move and feel. As a result, you may have symptoms like trouble walking, feeling tired, muscle weakness or spasm, blurred or double vision, numbness and tingling, sexual problems, poor bladder, bowel control, pain, depression, and problems focusing or remembering. The first symptoms often start between the ages of 20 and 40. It is most common in women. Most people with MS have attacks, also called relapses, when the condition gets noticeably worse. What causes MS? Doctors don't really know for sure, is basically what it's saying. But many things that seem to make the disease more likely are people with certain genes may have high risk of chances of getting it. Smoking may also cause a risk. After they've had a viral infection like Epstein-Barr virus or the human herpes virus 6, that makes their immune system stop working normally. Some studies suggest that vitamin D, which you can get from sunlight, may strengthen your immune system and protect you from MS. Some people with higher chances of getting the disease who move to sunnier regions may seem to lower the risk. So yeah, basically it's a disease where my immune system is attacked and my nerve protective covering is attacked. So if you find me in the middle of a video, and a lot of times I'll edit it out, where I can sit here and be having a straight conversation with you, even in real life, I could be sitting here having a straight conversation with you, and I know what I'm going to say, and like poof, like that, I can't even remember what that thing is called. I could be sitting here talking about this Clinique lipstick, and for the life of me, I would be sitting here and I could tell you what it says. Obviously it says Clinique on it, but I could be sitting here and not be like, this Clinique thing, and eventually it may take me a couple seconds and realize lipstick, like, or someone's name, or just an object. I can automatically just forget about it. Like, it will be in my head. I know what I'm going to do. And just like that, it's gone. My brain's not working. I do find myself, I notice it more at work than I do at home, but I could be sitting here and I could be putting my lipstick on and it just fall. I mean, my hands, like, I may feel like I'm holding it on tight. Like, you guys can see I'm holding it on tight. My fingernails are like white. Like, you can just see that I'm holding on to it. And it feels like that, but to me, in reality, I'm holding it onto it like this. Like, it's just very simple. Those are the major things. Now, how I was diagnosed was, you guys have probably heard me before talk about this in previous vlogs. I have these times where we thought it was an inner ear infection. Went to the doctor, my ears would hurt. I would start having dizzy spells. Like, I would just be nauseous. But the doctors could not find anything. They put me on antibiotics. They gave me anti-nausea medicine, anti-dizziness medicine. Could not figure out what was going on with me. Can you quit? I had about 8 ear infections within a 6-month period. They said that is not normal. So they sent me to an ENT, which is an ear and nose throat specialist. He looked into my ears, could not find anything. He said it wasn't my sinuses. He said it wasn't seasonal allergies. It wasn't, it wasn't even an infection. Could not figure it out. So he told me, this happens again, to call his office immediately. And it takes him an hour to get down here because he's from Fort Wayne. It takes him an hour to get down here, but he said, take me to the hospital. Have me, not have me admitted, but tell them my doctor, we called him, he's on his way. Or he could at least call and say, hey, I need you guys to get an MRI or a CAT scan of her, something. Because just not knowing what's going on, he can't sit there and say, okay, we're going to order an MRI. So, that was last summer. Well, luckily, knock on wood, I didn't have any more episodes. And in January, right here, all around this eye, it was like I had been punched This whole eye socket and the muscles around it, the bones around this whole part hurt. Could not figure out what I did. If I slept, because sometimes I'm like that. I sleep like with my hand up to my eye or something, thinking maybe I punched myself in the middle of the night, something like that. But that's not the case. I was taking Tylenol for it. My neck really started, well, this actually started in December. My neck really started hurting, like something was wrong with my neck. And I kept having this constant headache. So I went to the doctor. She got x-rays, couldn't find anything. She gave me, she thought it was stress, so she gave me a new anti-anxiety medication. She was trying to get an MRI done, but of course my insurance denied it because there was nothing to go off of unless I did like an emergency CAT scan or MRI, sorry. So about a week later, the coldest day out of the year, it was like negative 42, 43, 45 degrees, somewhere in there with wind chill. It was crazy. I woke up because that night it got really cold. My mom was like, hey, sleep downstairs with it being so cold, because up here in the upstairs we don't have heat. I know that sounds bad, but this is a really old farmhouse. We don't have heat. They used to have like baseboard heating, but they took that out years ago. I have a space heater, but even that wasn't going to be cold. So they told me, turn the space heater on, leave it on for the cats, come downstairs and sleep. That's what I did. I woke up that morning, the next morning. This eye was blurry. I thought it was because we had the dog inside, my dog Chief. We had him inside, and, well, it's my dad's dog, but still. The dog Chief inside, thought maybe, the dander from that was getting to me because it was cold. I slept wrong, something to that fact. And because I was getting ready for the state board exam, then, and they're called ACE exams in, the beauty world. They, I was getting ready for that, so I had been studying and taking my practicals and all that stuff. So I thought maybe it was just strain. Okay, sorry. It was just strain from doing that. Well, by the time I went to work, I didn't say nothing to nobody. I just went to work, and about 5:30, I texted my mom, and I said, Mom, I'm freaking out. And she said, what's wrong? And I said, I can't see out of my right eye. I have literally lost most of my vision in my right eye to where the point I could basically just see, like, looking straight, I could only see down here. Like, I could not see straight. I could not see above, nothing. Everything was black, but like if you held your hand up like this, you could only see what you could see if you looked down. That's as far as I could see. It really freaked me out. So she's like, call the eye doctor in the morning. I was like, well, should I go to the hospital? Not to say anything bad about our hospital, but in reality, because of something like that, they would have just been like, it's stress, it's because of the cold, you need to just go home. Long story short, if I would have done that, I would have probably lost my vision in my right eye. So she's like, call the eye doctor first thing in the morning. So I got up. I was going to get ready for school because we were on a 2-hour delay, and they asked what was going on. I said, what was going on? And they're like, can you come in at 12:45? Yeah, sure, no problem. So I go in by myself because it's tax season for my mom, and she takes one, like, she does her exam. She said, there's something pressing on your optic nerve. Instantly, I'm thinking tumor, fluid buildup, something. Like, I'm freaking out. So while I was at work until they could get me into the neurologist, which they called like a half hour after I left the office and said, you go Monday at 11 o'clock or 9 o'clock to see Dr. Stevens in Anderson. She's a neurologist. So I said, okay. So during that time, anytime I was in a stressful environment, like at school, it didn't bother me, but at work, they wanted me to wear an eye patch over this eye because, for one, there's so much grease in the air, for two, salt with fries, and three, because I'm constantly just looking around, like I'm looking up, I'm just constantly looking around. And that, I mean, fast food's stressful. If you work it, you know that it's stressful. So she wanted this eye covered, and it just hurt to even touch my eye. Normally I rub my eye. I mean, I couldn't even do this. Like, it was so painful. Like, I had to avoid wearing makeup. And so the next day I tried to go to school. I made it maybe half a day, and I just could not do it. So then the weekend goes by. I try to do as much as possible at work. My boss was like, take it easy, you know, don't overdo yourself. I'm worried about you. Like, just take it easy. So that's what I did. Monday comes around. We go to the eye doctor, or to the neurologist, sorry. And she takes one look into my eye, and she says, you're being admitted to the hospital. I'm pretty sure you have optic neuritis, but we're going to do a stat MRI, which is an emergency MRI. You're going to go down to the ER. First, you're going to go over and see the ophthalmologist, which is a like eye surgeon, and have them test you. We were in that office for 2 hours. But the neurologist is like, have you found yourself? She wanted to do an MRI, for one, to check and make sure there's no blood clots, because she was thinking maybe that's it. That's why she wanted me to go get the MRI, and then two, see the ophthalmologist. And she asked me, she's like, do you find yourself feeling like you could fall over? Do you feel, or being dizzy, like you're dropping things? And I said, yeah, to all of those. I said, I've been having those issues for the last 2 years, almost 3 years. And she said, okay. She's like, don't freak out, but it may be multiple sclerosis. I had no idea what she was talking about. All I know from MS is what I've seen in movies and TV shows. Like, it's bad. Like, you're in a wheelchair, you can't take care of yourself, you can't feed yourself, you can't, use the restroom yourself. I instantly just started crying. And my dad was in Oklahoma at this time, and I just wanted my dad. And so we go to the ophthalmologist. We're in there for like 2.5 hours. As soon as we left there, she said, there's nothing on my actual nerve, but I have optic neuritis, which is swelling of the optic nerve. But they could not figure out why it was so swollen. Because she said, hi, Mimi's. You guys never see this cat. Ever. She never gets on camera. Say hi, Mies. Say hi. She don't like people. But, anyway, she said, your optic nerve should be laying like this. Mine was literally like this. She said, you have only about 5% vision left in your eye. So, because of that, I had to go over to the ER. And, I had to go to the ER and get a stat MRI. And then I was transported upstairs and admitted. I had to get 1,000 milligrams of steroids every 8 hours. Well, 250. So technically I only got 750 milligrams of steroids. But I got 250 milligrams every 8 hours because it would help bring the swelling down. About after 4 days, it finally cleared up. But come to find out, she said that there were lesions in the brain, which lesions are plaque on the brain, which indicate MS. She said there's enough. We don't know for sure how many exactly there are, but she said there's enough to classify it without doing further testing to classify it as multiple sclerosis. So then that day, because this was the next day, Tuesday, the 6th, February 6th, she wanted to do another MRI, but she wanted from my neck down. So like from here all the way, like my whole spinal column, to make sure there wasn't anything on my spine. But they said my spine was good, but my cervical, which is your neck, I have lesions on there too. So I don't know how many there are. I don't know how many of them total I have. But yeah, so I was in the hospital for 4.5 days. Technically I was, in reality, let's see, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, 4 days, because I left at like 7 or 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock that Thursday night. Basically I had to make some changes in my diet. I had to be high protein, low carb. I still, you know, she tells me, you know, don't, if you have a craving or your parents go to Taco Bell or something, like, that's fine. Just, you know, be subconscious about things. Don't overdo yourself. Like, in all honesty, when I would go to Taco Bell, I'd get the number 7, which is a quesadilla meal. I get a cup of nacho cheese, and then I would get 2 shredded chicken burritos. My order would be $14. Now I'm really trying to limit myself to just the meal, or like just get 1 burrito, or just get a couple of burritos. One thing that I've noticed since this whole ordeal, pop does not taste the same to me. I don't know if it's the MS. I don't know if it's the steroids, because I had so much steroids. I had 4 days. So I had, let me add it up here. I had 2,250 milligrams of steroids, and then he gave me 60 milligrams a day for 5 days. So altogether, I had over 2,500 milligrams of steroids in a 10-day period, or 9-day period, really. But the pain in my neck has not gone away. She said that probably will never go away. I've gotten about 90% of my vision back, which kind of scares me, because when they released me from the hospital, I had about 95%. So from the time I left the hospital till now, or last month when I seen Dr. Lee, which is my ophthalmologist, I had lost 5%. So I don't know if that's just because I'm still in a relapse, or if it's just losing sight. I don't know. I can still see, like, it's blurry. Sorry, I'm like trying to tell you. I can still see, but it's not crystal clear as if I used my left. Like, out this window behind you guys is a woods, and with my left eye I can see the wood, like the tree bark. With my right eye, I can barely even see it. I can't even really see past the woods. Like, I can't, there's houses and silos, I can't really see it. But yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen. Like I said, I had to modify like a little bit my diet. I have to make sure I try to exercise. I'm on my feet enough as it is, so I'm trying to get that in there, but I'm trying to do yoga. I'm trying to keep myself calm. I have to take an antidepressant, an antidepressant and an anti-anxiety medication. And I'm also taking a nerve pill, gabapentin, for my neck. And the only thing that's come out of this that still bothers me is I have a constant headache in my eye. Like, it's just constant. Some days are worse than others. Yesterday I had a very bad migraine. Could not get rid of it. I took a gabapentin last night and it's pretty much gone. I know it's still there. It's very light. It's just like, to you guys, it would be like a normal headache coming on, like that light feeling, like that light pounding sensation. That's what it's like to me constantly. But hopefully I can get my clientele built up to where I can just quit Hardee's altogether and quit fast food and just be directly, at the salon part of me kind of wants to go on disability and try to get it, and just work at the salon. That way I can work up to 24 hours, but since I'm commissioned, I can work as much as I want. They would just take like how much I make a month and divide it by how, you know, whatever. Like, I can't make over so much money, and so as long as I don't make over that amount of money, I should be fine. So it's 24 hours a week. So it'd be $960. I can't make more than $960 at the salon. And easily, even if I had 2 clients a day and made 20 bucks, I mean, 5 days a week, that's $100. So, I mean, in a month, that's $400. So, I mean, it just all depends. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I don't know what the future holds. I'm trying to stay really positive about it. I still love my makeup. I still love doing my makeup. I have to do my makeup for, you know, the salon. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. I take a medication every 6 months. It's through an IV. You guys can barely see it now, but I have, where'd it go? There was a bruise right here from the IV. It's done through the IV. I'm in the hospital for about 6 hours, 5.5, 6 hours. Sorry, guys. I gotta put some gloss on. But, yeah. So those days I take my iPad, I make things for the salon or like my business, like screenshot stuff that I would love to have for my spa room and for my business itself. This earring is like, oh, woohoo. This one's just like, nope. Oh, there it goes. But yeah, that's really it. I had to really cut. I don't drink a lot of pop, as I was saying earlier. I had this yesterday and I didn't feel it once, and it's halfway gone. And that's really all I can handle. I had a 44 ounce from Circle K. I drank half of it, tossed the rest of it, and it just doesn't taste good to me. The only thing that tastes good to me drink-wise is like Powerade, Gatorade, water, tea, and juice. Those are like the 5 things that really just taste good to me. Sugary stuff, like I said, it's more during about that time of month that I really crave anything sugar. I've really been craving cupcakes. I don't know why, but yeah. Cupcakes. I have a couple of Reese cups here just in case like my blood sugar goes down. I have to watch my blood sugar because of the steroids and stuff, you know, such. I have to keep an eye on it. I mean, I'm not on steroids constantly, but because of the medicine that I get once every 6 months, it can escalate my blood sugar. But I've not really felt any different. I just have to make sure. I've noticed from trial and error, I have to make sure I eat at least something like crackers or a banana or an apple or even string cheese for breakfast. I have to make sure I eat something for lunch. Like today I had salmon patties and macaroni and cheese. And then I don't know what we're having for dinner tonight. So I try to do that, and to help me with protein and carbs, I downloaded MyFitnessPal, and it really helps me. Like today, I mean, obviously I want to do, see, this is what I'm talking about. I want to lose weight, but like technically my goal is only 2,560 calories a day. And more exercise, obviously. So I've done, so far, I've done only 555 calories of food today. And that's, I haven't put in like the vanilla bean frappuccino that I had, or well, that's really all that I've had. I haven't put that in yet, but I mean, even so, I mean, let's see. Vanilla bean frap. So like, I didn't know that, but it's 59% or 59 grams of carbs, 16 grams of fat, and 5 grams of protein, which is really bad. So that leaves me just under 1611 for the day. It says like my sugar goal is to stay under 96 grams. So between today, let's see, that's 16. Okay, so 46 grams of sugar for that. 0.5. 6. See, I've already went over, because that's 57. I don't know if you guys can see. It's 57 grams of sugar. But I mean, it's very modifying. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm not making this up. I'm not trying to get clickbait and get more subscribers and views and all that stuff. I make videos because I want to, not because I want the money or the glam life, you know, like some of these YouTubers, influencers do. That'd be nice. Like one day it'd be really nice if I can make this my job. But right now I can't, and that's perfectly fine. I do this because I want to. Especially now that with the MS, you know, I could lose my, you know, my memories of stuff, and this is a great way to, you know, document it. So, yeah. I don't think there's anything else. I just wanted to go on here and let you guys know what was going on, because I've been talking a little bit about it in vlogs, and I think maybe once or twice on a video, but I've not actually talked about it. So I wanted to actually sit down and talk about it with you guys and let you guys know what's going on. But I love you guys, and thank you so much for supporting me, and, you know, like, share, comment, subscribe, and that's really all I gotta say. I do love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Any thoughts, prayers, vibes, whatever you believe in could be sent my way. That would be great. And a side note, Kate Nicole, I don't know if you guys know her. She's an influencer. She lives in Kansas. She didn't reach out to me. I had mentioned something because she had talked about how her husband has been sick. And I had mentioned on a comment, you know, this is what's been going on with me. And she had reached out to me. She's like, hey, email me. Like, I'd love to talk to you. And I emailed her, and her mom actually has MS, and she's trying to get us connected to where she could give me some advice and someone to talk to about this, because my cousin has MS, but with his schedule, my schedule, he's got 2 boys. It's just really hard. So it'd be really nice. She loves, Kate said she really loves talking to people that have been diagnosed and don't know where to go with it and how everything's feeling. So I thought that was really cool. Again, I didn't do this for clickbait or anything like that, but thank you guys so much for your prayers, your thoughts, your good vibes, whatever you believe in, and thank you so much for the support. I love you guys.